Buddhas gathered here. So coming back to basic realization practice, it's not really coming back to anything. Yeah. It is assuming original nature of being, just being. Being, just being is healing. Breathing, being, just being is liberation from your neuroses. Being, just being is to feel the radiance of the breath, see, the undisturbed, the stressless, relaxed, open breathing. Breathing into what is called the Tao, see, the flow of reality, without disturbance. Just piece for piece, piece to piece, piece by piece. See, direct yoga.
You said it's not a thinking process.
Never was. You can make it that. Your thoughts can make it a thinking process. It's not a thinking process when you're sleeping. In deep sleep, there's no thinking. It's gone. So you're gone. That's going to source. From there, deep rest, you come back and you remanifest in life. Without going back to deep source and getting that rest, your life is in tatters. You're on your way out. You're exhausted. You need your rest. That means you need your sleep. That means you need your recovery of your nothingness. Right? Which is really your truth. Truth. Yeah, that's the truth of realization. Zero. So it's not like an effort to go back to zero. You are zero. You're being anything but that because you can act accordingly. But you are, in fact, zero. And you abide in zero when you give up your shit for a few seconds. You're always in zero. You're always, it's always here. It's never anywhere else. Depends on what's animating you to be otherwise. So rather than a thinking process, which is a very separate, say, action, there's knowing, which requires no thinking. Eyes, I'm pointing, but you know. You don't need to think about it. Right? Your face, you know. You don't have to think about it. Your body, the floor, this room, you know, you don't have to think about it. It is what it is. In other words, the presence of being is so powerful by itself. What can you add to it? Besides neuroses, ordinarily. Unhappiness, because we're not being. We're not okay with being. And that's what all the meditation tells you to do. All the yoga practices are pointing to that. Sitting means the potential of being. And the actual realization of being. So you have the potential to realize it, or you're realizing it. Which is it? Both. If you realize you have the potential, you're realizing it. Now, will you stay in that for more than a couple of seconds? You're not programmed to stay in it, so you're not programmed to realize it in a certain way. So you have to reprogram yourself. Spiritual practice is a reprogramming. Deprogramming, reprogramming. Because you need to have your habits working for you, but they have to work for you, not against you. So you're a slave to habit. Habit tree. Habit tree. Suffering from some habit tree? Yeah. Or are you enjoying the space of clear being? See, practice is the easiest thing in the universe. It's called letting go of yourself. Allowing your body, mind to recover their natural, integrative sort of balancing.
And the process seems to take time.
Not really. The process is ongoing. So it's only your perception that perceives time as such. See? That same perception transcends itself. You can have the perception of no perception. You can have the perception of not being anything. So that means non-being. You are non-being. Who is not non-being? Hello, back to sleep. Are you being or non-being? That's your answer. The good and true practice is being at rest. See? Letting be. And being by letting be. Letting be to allow being. The freedom you give others is the freedom you claim. That's a type of logic. That has to do with the self-reflexive mechanisms of the universe and human nature. You are what you see, but you are no more what you see than the universe is what it sees through you. Or here, as we were experiencing earlier, the hearing, see, the hearing of the light comes through, and the emotions being shredded. Because we are originally light, so what? We are light. See, like a sword.
difference between you playing earlier tonight, radiant, sound, and where the meditation got, where the silence was so rich.
You mean it actually became sound?
Yeah.
It actually became resonance, sound resonance. It can happen. But then that's a paradoxical manifestation of silence.
There's a subtle similarity between your playing and that silent experience.
One and the same. Light to light. The form doesn't matter. It's light to light. We are that. So whatever we do is what it is. The more we are open to its radiance, I was sharing that with one of the people at the tables, then the more it's allowed to be what it is. But then you, as limitation, have to be out of the way. You have to release your obstructing of what it is. Your uptightness, your concern, right? Your assumption of troubles and no solutions. Right? All of that is just gone. And there's no mind. Not a trace of mind. We are light. Light in, light out, same thing. Breath. Air in, air out, merged. No one breathing. Body breathes. No one plays at that level. No, nothing's happening. The body is used like that. And purpose, obviously, is to draw attention. Bring attention to nothingness. Because nobody could figure out what I was doing anyway. Which is the purpose. There's nothing to figure out. Don't even try. Relax. Enjoy your life. She knew that was coming. No, let it go. It's your precious time. Enjoy it. This is your life. This is your time for peace, harmony, clarity, deepness, and wisdom. Paradoxical understanding equals wisdom. Mind suspended. Mind gone. No problems. Untethered. It's floating in space. Mind relieved of self. See? It's good practice. And the spirit of no spirit. The no spirit of spirit. Resting. No problem. Spirit, no spirit. No problem. This, that. No problem. Yes, no. No problem. Male, female. No problem. Dark, light. No problem. Happiness, suffering. No problem. Universe, spirit. No problem. Gone. Body, no body. Mind, no mind. Wood for the fire. Mm-hmm. Self, no self. Wood for the fire. Mm-hmm. God, no God. Wood for the fire. Burn. They ever burn. They all burn, right? Love, no love. God. Amen. You. Question?
Yeah. How does one begin to...
You don't. You don't even try.
Mm.
You let that go. See, you fall into it. You get out of your head like a zap. Psst. And you get back to clear breathing so that you're not analyzing anything, you're actually being. Being. You're receiving the light. Enjoy it. So your life is to receive the light. Be grateful. You have the light at your service. It's good practice. Very good.
Does light serve itself? How?
Obviously. It's only light. That's a viewpoint, a resonance. Only light. Of course, in physics there's relative light. Relative to dark. No light. Beyond that there's the light of light, which you can't see. It's the light of being, beyond light and darkness. In that there's profound silence. In the silence there's profound healing and integration and empowerment. Empowerment. Silence is empowerment. Silence is the God no one knows.
What's the relationship between silence and light? Is silence also light? It's not. Is it?
Silence then is the light of light and the silence of itself. See? We're using concepts to approach or access silence and light, the light of silence now. Yeah. You're ready for that, right?
I think so.
The light of silence. We can add, because it is the light of silence, and it is the love of silence. It's very important. Silence then is like needing breath, air, and water. It is nourishment. It is absence, ultimate absence. In that absence or void, is fullness. It's fullness. Light to light transcends thought. It transcends perception, effort, expression even. And paradoxically, because it is light, and it represents as pure light, then absence. Then there's nothing happening while everything is happening.
And it's not another thing to be concerned about or wonder about.
In essence, it's not another thing. It's the no thing. And so we'd have to add it's the no thing. Just to liberate the no thing. We have to say it's the no thing. And there's no nothing. The nothing of no nothing. It's the true nothing.
I used to wonder and try and understand and try and access this type of sensation we're talking about, by force, by mental effort.
By ego.
And it would always, no, I mean, that was not the way to access it. It was it's almost like mocking me and my effort.
Yeah, it has to come from the deep inside out. See? And then the word heart is used. See? Not the flesh heart, but the spiritual heart. See? Always the paradox. But always the healer as a result of being that. It's like saying, forget about it. Don't try, relax, heal. You're okay. Your perfection then becomes obvious. If you could stand it. I'm waiting.
would be my ego.
Well, it wouldn't. Say, perfection is understood. So it is all perfect. But acknowledging that has nothing to do with ego. Yeah. Believing that that's real might have something to do with ego. But saying it's perfect as an assumption of what is the total reality, no problem. It's speaking for itself. It is what it is. And then so what? It's great. It's beautiful, right? Awesome. It's wow. It's your life. It's what we have in us and before us to enjoy. Be sure to enjoy it. The heart of the paradox. Who is the heart of the paradox? What is the heart of the paradox? That is meditation. That is accessing samadhic understanding. Not even single point did. Not even that. Just sacred presence. The deep space of sacred presence. Good practice. It's not about this. Practice. Listening, waiting for nothing. No one. Nothing. Feeling your relationship to the elements. There's nothing. Earth, water, fire, air, ethers, breath. Not just that, but universe, breathing. The universe, the whole universe. Living. Expanding, contracting. Speeding. Burning. Recreating. Becoming. Is. Is. Please be awake to what is you and what is beyond you as the same continuum. The one event. You and God consciousness. One event. It's like the event horizon, perhaps. No return. No going, no return. Right on the edge. Right here, now. Being, breathing. But not just that. Being awake. Always awake. And true. Hugh.